Welcome back to Wolves Media. We're doing something a little different this weekend. We will be doing a combined 11 for each of the Premier League games and also including the Carabao Cup final. The rules are we have to at least put in one player from every side. So, like the Bournemouth Man City game, for instance, there has to be a Bournemouth player in there. So, let's go ahead and see who we have for the first game on the list, which is Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest. So here we go. As you can see, it's predominantly Aston Villa players for obvious reasons. Their season has been really, really good so far. So if we look at the goalkeeper position, Martinez, never in doubt. I think Forest leaked far too many goals to put in anything at the back. Murillo, however, I think he's had a fairly decent return despite conceding so many goals. Diego Carlos, Matty Cash and Alex Moreno, I think they've done a solid job. We could have put Pau Torres in there, but I wanted to fit in a Forest player. Midfield, Douglas Lewis and John McGinn, again, never in doubt. Jacob Ramsey, he's had a good season. Bailey, I think he's underrated, but again, had a very, very good season. Gibbs White, he shows a bit of flair. I think Forest need him to try and stay up, but we're still waiting the points deduction potentially. And again, Watkins up top. Iwini could have been put in there, but with Watkins' return of, I think it's 13 goals, 10 assists or something, it's just ridiculous numbers, so he had to be in there. So that is the combined 11 for Villa versus Forest. So we now move on to Brighton versus Everton. This is fairly even, although obviously completely different types of seasons. Everton not without point deduction, but I think they have done very well despite the looming point deduction. Jordan Pickford, really good keeper, great shot stopper. I think if it wasn't for Pickford, Everton wouldn't be anywhere near where they are. I think they'd already be down. Jared Braithwaite has done really well this season. That's the only turn I could put in for Everton. Mikolenko's done okay, but I think Estupiñán is, I know he's been out injured, but he is the better left back. Provides more goals for sure. Lewis Dunk, excellent season so far, and I think Lamptey has done really well. And I don't think Everton's fullbacks have done particularly well this season. Into midfield, Buonanotte, very, very good season. He's has such a better season this season, and he's only young, so he'll only kick on. James Garner's done very, very well. The midfield there was quite tough to pick because Brighton haven't got a really good midfield. So we did go with the 4-2-3-1, but we pushed Matoma and Adingra a bit higher. They've been outstanding again this season. Everton haven't been blessed with loads of goals, so although Decore has done really, really well for them, provided them with some attack, and João Pedro, well, what a season he's had so far. I'm sure it only get better. So we have 6 Brighton players, 7 Brighton players and 4 Everton players. So again, it's a lot better off than the previous one, but Brighton should win this game with the class they've got. But Everton need to grab any points they can, so should be a good game. Moving on to Palace versus Burnley now. As we are well aware, Burnley are struggling at the foot of the table, but I do think, despite conceding so many goals, Jamie Trafford, I do think he shows very, very good promise. He is a good keeper. Obviously, he's going to get a lot of shots against him, hence number of goals. His decision making isn't the best. I think over the coming years he'll be a really top keeper, possibly England's number one at some point. He is very young, but it's good that Burnley have given him a chance and continue to show their faith in him. Coutinho, I think he's done well of a bad bunch for Burnley. Anderson, Gahey and Mitchell, they've done excellent. But they have got a leaky defence as well. But I think as a unit they're very good. Midfield, Jefferson Lerma and Jordan Brownhill. I think Brownhill's done a very good season as well, despite obviously the league position. Same with Amdouni. I think he shows promise. I wanted to put Koleosho in here, but again injuries as well, and like Eze and Elise had to be in this team. They're far too good to be missing out of this team. And as for strikers, both teams aren't exactly blessed with someone who can put the ball in the back of the net. But Edouard was the best of the strikers we had to pick from. So predominantly Crystal Palace players, but a few mix of Burnley players in there. But I do think if they were to go down, Burnley, they have got a strong enough side. I think they could possibly bounce back up again. So yeah, so should be a fairly good match. Possible 6 points down the bottom of the league table. So should be a tight game. I don't expect many goals, but it could be a 3-3. Usually the case. So that's our combined 11 for Palace versus Burnley. Man United take on Fulham this weekend. So we have done a combined 11. Onana's in there because far better than Leno this season. Although Leno has done well, Onana's, I think his form has stepped up a lot, so deserves to be in here. Left back was quite tight. Shaw hasn't done the best this season, but I think he's probably the best out of the left backs we had in choice. Maguire has done very well. Diop has done well as well, so we had to put them in there. Obviously, Varane's probably the bigger name, but I think Diop deserves to be in there. I think Varane had a couple more mistakes in him, and his legs have gone a bit. But and Castagne's done really well this season. Just what Fulham need really. Midfield, Maino, quality this season. Probably one of the first names on the team sheet for Man United these days, but very, very well. Palhinha, really good for Fulham. Ball winning, gets Fulham ticking. Really, really good. He had to be in there. Garnacho has stepped up his form this season. Shots, goals, assists, really, really good. Fernandes, he lacks a bit of quality in some games. He loses his head a bit, but he is a quality player, so he does deserve to be in this team. Pereira, I think United were a bit weak when it came to letting him go. I think it shows really good promise, and probably would fit really well in the Man United team now. But yeah, he had to be in there for Fulham, and Højlund, who's turned his form around. Obviously, Jimenez for Fulham could have been in there, but Højlund has done so well the last couple of weeks. He deserves to be in there. So Bournemouth take on Man City. As we said in the rules, you have to have a player from every side. Dom Solanke is obviously the strongest player from Bournemouth, so we had to put him in and kind of build the team around him because the rest of the players are just Man City. This team is scary. Obviously, Man City should beat Bournemouth, but Bournemouth could cause problems, but Brentford did last week. I guess for teams like Bournemouth, it's a case of let's not go get beaten 5, 6, 7-0. So this could be a 0-0. It could really frustrate them, but I think Man City will win this. This end of the season, they always have momentum, and I think there's no stopping City at the moment. So I do think Man City win, but Dom Solanke, with the rules as they are, does make the team. Arsenal take on Newcastle this weekend. And as you can see, the majority of the team is made up of Arsenal players. I do think the wing backs for Newcastle are better than the Arsenal wing backs, but they have that solid unit of Gabriel, Saliba, Declan Rice. That is solid. I think Guimaraes needs to be in there for his quality, his instrumental in passing and things like that. Arsenal do have a good midfield, but predominantly they're exciting going forward. Martinelli and Saka, especially on the wings, very, very good. Odegaard can dictate the play, score goals as well. So those three are vital to this team. And Isak is he is a goal scorer. So that team, I think, is one of our best teams we've had this weekend, made up. Obviously, besides the Man City team, but combined 11, I think this is solid. Yes, this should be a good game. Both teams need to win. Newcastle need to try and close the gap on European spots, and Arsenal need to close the gap on Liverpool, Man City. So, very, very good. Everything up for grabs. We have high-flying Wolves versus Sheffield United this weekend. Sheffield United's ship goals for fun at the moment is quite scary for them. Again, we had to put players in from every side. I think James McAtee and Gustavo Hamer, they deserve to be in this team. I think they've outshone everyone on their team this season. I just think they've been let down by the rest of the team. It is very hard in the Premier League for obvious reasons, but I think those two have played their part in some good performances they've had. The rest of it has to be Wolves. They've done an amazing job. Gary O'Neill has got them playing really, really good stuff. Lopetegui thought they had no chance and was going down, and they're far from that. They're very, very attacking, very exciting, and they can keep it tight at the back. So very, very good. I don't see anything but a Wolves win this weekend, but this is the Premier League, nothing's a guarantee. So this is our combined 11. I do think they have it all against them, Sheffield United. West Ham, Brentford this weekend also. A bit of a mix here. I think Brentford do play some good stuff, but have struggled. Same with West Ham, they've struggled as well the last couple of weeks. I think this is predominantly made up of West Ham, but this is based on the quality and obviously the team from last season. The midfielder Paquetá and Ward-Prowse is quality. Unfortunately, it hasn't given them a win in the last 7 games, I think. Jarrod Bowen is quality going forward. Kudus is dangerous. I know he plays out on the left sometimes, but I think playing him up the top in this format, you can get Jan out and Matthias Jensen in there. I think they've played really well this season as well. That back line is made up of half and half, so Soufal is better than Brentford's right back. Rico Henry's done well so far, but Agard and Benmi, I think that's a good partnership. Kurt Zouma could have gone in here, but Benmi has to get in there. So I think it's fairly equal. I can probably see this game probably being a draw based on the form, but Brentford should be licking their lips at West Ham at the moment because they can't get a win. So should be a good game. And that only leaves the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea Liverpool now. So if you look at the team, Palmer, Gallagher and Silva getting my combined 11. It's a bit harsh on Konate. I think he has done really well with Van Dijk. But I think we have to try and get some Chelsea players in there. I think Thiago Silva at the age of 39 is just quality. Obviously his legs are gone a bit, but he can still read the game well and play really, really well. Gallagher's been their player of the season. I think with Palmer both been decent. The Liverpool midfield is a bit all over the place still. A lot of injuries still going on, but I think McAllister's done well I think he can, in this team, he can hold a bit and let Palmer and Gallagher go forward if we were playing that system. And the front three for me, I think Jota could have got in here, but I think Nunes offers a bit more attack and a bit more creativity. Jota's a better finisher, but yeah, you can't leave Salah and Diaz out. They've had an awesome season. So, and obviously Alisson in goal will get anyone's team, so he had to be there. So let's just hope this isn't a drab 0-0 game, but I think Liverpool will win this one. I think both will score. So I think a 2-1 Liverpool in 90 minutes for me. Yeah, so this is my combined 11 for the cup final. So there we have it, our combined 11 for this weekend's action. If you enjoy these, please leave a comment on our videos. We want to try something different every week. But if this hits the mark, we'll do this every week. Obviously, if people want to send us their teams, we'd be grateful to have your comments. We will mention you if you drop us a comment. We'll reply. It's good to get a community going, and yeah, we really want to hear from you. As a Sheffield Wednesday fan myself, obviously Premier League football is non-existent for me, so this is the enjoyment I get from Premier League football. It's followed all around the world, and we really want to get on board with everyone's teams and who you support. So yeah, send us your teams if you've got any, and let us know your predictions even below each one, and let's just get this going. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.